Joining us now to discuss Turning Point USA contributor, lawyer, and Republican strategist Erin Elmore, and host of Stacy on the Right on Sirius XM. She's also the co-chair of Project 21 and Turning Point USA spokesperson Isabel Brown. So just last week, Fauci says no mask needed if you're vaccinated, but now California says, yeah, you need it, regardless of whether you've been vaccinated or not. Stacy, what's going on here?
Well, it turns out that we were right again. So it's not just Stacy on the right; it's Stacy is right, Stacy in the right. Just take your pick. I said all along that vaccinated people they would create a two-tier class system, and that if not enough people got vaccinated, they would backtrack, and those who were vaccinated would have all of their rights taken away. And that's exactly what's happening, because the vaccine is actually gene therapy, and people are not given as much protection as Fauci said. And remember, we can't trust anything that he says because he lies all the time. His emails prove that. He says whatever they tell him to say. He's a mouthpiece for the Democrats and their control state. And so California is the leading edge, as usual, of what the rest of us can expect unless we have Republican governors, Republican legislatures. And then, of course, you have to look and see if your mayor or your county executive is a Republican. So, yeah, I told you so.
According to the data, and there was a great piece in the Wall Street Journal today that actually said there's a lot of positive data now out there that shows that the Delta variant isn't spiking as much as perhaps the media and others are making it out to be. It may be more contagious, but not necessarily more virulent. So it may not rise to the level of another national emergency. So the mask mandates don't make really any sense. Erin, I'd like to get your reaction.
Well, and didn't Fauci himself also say that the particle size rendered masks basically useless? Rand Paul took to Twitter, and he has 3.2 million Twitter followers. And after today, I bet you he has a few more. He said that a study in England showed that of 44 COVID deaths there, out of 53,822, only 44 died. Okay, 44 died. That's 0.08% death rate. And we're having people mask up and possibly have closures. This is a total if it bleeds, it leads in the mainstream media. There's also data, I believe, from Pfizer that said if you're vaccinated, the recovery rate is like 95, 96%. So why are we doing this? There's no other reason other than population control. And California is a perfect place for that. And you spoke of earlier how Disney is moving all of their California employees to Florida. That terrifies me as a Floridian immensely, because we don't want these people who vote blue to come to our very red, very open, very thriving state. Let's pray that these people that move here, they see, wow, California was riddled with homelessness and violence and crime and lockdowns and economic shortages. Let's not have the same thing for Florida. We're going to vote differently. That's my hope.
Isabel, a slightly different question to you. Well, part of California's sort of draconian restrictions is they're actually forcing college students in the California university system to get vaccinated, despite the fact that the survival rate for college-age students is 99.8%, and those 2%, that's if left untreated. So California's college students are not, they are not at risk from this virus, or the risk is incredibly small. I'd like to get your thoughts on young people, particularly young women, being forced to take the vaccine.
This is a problem not just for California, but across the country. And I love that you highlighted the survival rate there for college students. This is a group of people in America as a demographic who have never been at high risk for COVID-19. And even if they do contract it, which many college students did over this last academic year, they are incredibly likely to survive it and have very mild symptoms throughout the process. There's a story that came out this week from the university in Hawaii, BYU Hawaii in particular, that's requiring a student with a rare autoimmune disease who cannot get any vaccines for safety of her health moving forward to get the experimental COVID-19 vaccine to even set foot on campus as a freshman this fall. And we're hearing thousands of these stories, not just in Hawaii, but California, obviously, with their draconian measures, and across the country in all 50 states. This is not following the science. This is not protecting young adults. This is a measure of control, of making sure that people understand College campuses are in control, local governments are in control, and individual rights are no longer the most important thing for Generation Z in America.
Yeah, HIPAA has gone out the window. Medical privacy has gone out the window. And look, if you want to go get the vaccine, go get the vaccine. But forcing these kids to do it is just ridiculous. Stacey, to you, people in LA are not going to be happy about this. Folks are done. They are done with the pandemic. The business owners are done with the pandemic and lockdowns and other restrictions. Do you think that these sort of non-scientific decisions are going to affect Newsom's recall election coming up?
I think they're going to help bring him down, and the face diaper in the hot summer when you should be sniffing the fresh air and allowing your face to be aerated completely with sun and humidity and heat. It's the wrong thing for them to do to these people. They deserve to experience the summer after the COVID pandemic. It's wrong.
Aaron, your thoughts? Are there going to be political implications, as difficult as it is for people on the right, right-leaning people to make inroads in California? Do you think this is the type of thing that could tip the scales?
Look, it's time for the people of California to speak up and fight back and vote properly. The government in California will push you as far as you will let it. Fight back. These people need to have restaurants that are opening in spite of these restrictions, people in the streets protesting these lockdowns. It's time for a change, and let's hope they get it.
Isabel, last word to you.
More people left the state of California in 2020 than any other state, and more people moved to the state of Idaho, for example, than any other state. The politics is clear here. People are wanting an open government. They want individual freedom and liberty, and I think that's definitely going to affect the Newsom recall election in the next couple of months.
Absolutely. All right. Stick around. Aaron, Stacey, Isabel, we're going to check in with you in the next hour for our Friday Meme Team. Coming up, NBC already spending millions on Super Bowl 22 ads, but Amanda Brilhanti will have all the details on the story and more when we come back.